A lot of people here, for some reason, think it's funny to steal someone's personal property and hide it from them. Here's a little news flash. It's not funny. In fact, it's pretty freaking unfunny. Ow!
Classic Andy moment when Ed Helms played Andy on The Office. He would get a little worked up sometimes. Now the actor and comedian is trying to teach us some history lessons through his new book. It is called SNAFU, the definitive guide to history's greatest screw-ups. Everything from a misguided plan to blow up the moon with nuclear weapons to attempts at turning animals into spies. This is a must-read book. Ed Helms, so good to have you here. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so fun to see that old clip.
You probably haven't watched it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Was there a stunt double or that was all you?
No, there was no stunt double. That was all me. I punched a hole in that wall.
Meanwhile, if you're like me and millions of others, we watch like The Office every day on repeat while we're trying to get to bed. All right, so let's talk about this book because we were talking backstage, and maybe people don't know that you're a huge history buff. So how did you decide to marry your love of history with screw-ups?
So a while ago, I was thinking, podcasts were blowing up. I was like, do I fit into this space somewhere? I've always loved history. Can I make it funny? Well, screw-ups are funny, and that's history. So I kind of mashed those into the SNAFU podcast, which I've been doing for a couple of years. Super proud of that. But of course, the history of human folly is epic, and there's just no shortage. So a book was a natural spinoff.
Yeah, one of the things that you write about in the book, which is what we teased, is in the 1950s, scientists thought that they should try to nuke the moon.
Yeah.
And the way you describe it is like, we're America. We like to blow things up. But what was behind that?
So it's the Cold War. It's the 1950s. Tensions with Soviet Union are out of control. Somebody gets the idea that if we can shoot the moon with a nuclear missile and actually create like an explosion on the moon, the Soviets will see that and be like, whoa, oh my God, that's the Americans are so awesome. And thank God somebody realized this was not a good idea. I mean, among other things, the missile could very easily slingshot around the moon, come right back and hit the Earth.
It's not funny.
Yeah, but it's Looney Tunes. It's like full-on Looney Tunes at the CIA.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you've described this as studying snafus as a reassuring enterprise somehow. What do you mean?
I think that, look, this is a fraught moment.
Yes.
I think a lot of people feel anxious, a lot of tension, political divisions and so forth. But looking back, it's actually kind of reassuring to be reminded that we've been here before. Like this is not new. It feels new to I think, for my generation, but looking back, there's a sense of not only have we been here before, but we tend to find our way through these things. It doesn't mean it's an easy moment, but it does mean, like, there's hope.
Yeah.
What was new to me is the fact that SNAFU is an acronym. I did not know that. Can you tell us what it actually means in a TV friendly?
I can't tell you on TV.
Not on network TV.
So it started in World War II. Soldiers would say SNAFU, meaning situation normal, all effed up.
Yep.
And essentially meaning, things are messed up, but kind of aren't they always? And it just came to be a term for disasters.
So you also talk about, the book goes through different eras, the 50s, the 60s, and my generation, our generation, we remember the Beanie Babies.
Yes.
And back in the day, if you probably, for your kids, you went out and bought them a Beanie Baby, and you probably bought one for yourself as an investment.
No. Luckily, no.
So what happened there?
Well, Ty Warner created this stuffed animal, and he just was a genius of manipulating demand and market sort of perception.
Yep.
And he built a bubble, essentially, which was really tragic because people invested tons of money into Beanie Babies, which seems insane now, but it really was people thought reasonable at the time because they were selling for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, if you'd ever bought a pet rock, you would have recognized it.
That's right.
That was another one of them.
I'm still holding out hope for the Beanie Babies. I still have one somewhere.
Do you really?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you could still get a little bit on eBay here and there, but the crazy thing is people lost their savings on these things.
Wow.
And Ty Warner's worth tens of billions of dollars to this day.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He did fine.
Well, you're also doing fine at Helms. Not only The Office, but of course the Hangover films. And here's a fun fact that I learned backstage. Yeah. He and Brian Baumgartner, who played Kevin on The Office, you guys went to high school together.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And he was a year ahead of me, but we were in plays and stuff together
That is so
in
cool.
high school.
I love that.
Yeah.
So great. So good to have you here. The book is called SNAFU. It's awesome. It comes out tomorrow, folks. You definitely want to pick this up. It's a beach read. You even said you could put it in your bathroom.
Hey, I'm not judging.